Hello gin lovers and welcome back to No Nonsense Gin Reviews with me, Bobby Freeman. Now then, cast your eyes upon this little folks. The wrong way around, let's turn that back round. This, ladies and gentlemen, is... No one noticed anything. That's why my subscribers flock to my channel in their droves for nothing short of pure professionalism. This, my friends, is none other than Martin Miller's gin. Martin Miller or Martin Miller? It's Martin Miller's gin. Now then, this was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, Mr. Hugo Alroy. So thank you very much, Hugo, for the recommendation. By the way, I am working my way. I know lots of people are actually recommending gins now, and I am working my way through them. But there's so many recommendations, it's taken me ages. But I will get there. Bear with me. So yes, good old Mr. Alroy recommended this. Says it's very nice. Well, I don't think he said it's very nice. He just said. I think he just suggested I try it. So he's been rather enigmatic, holding his thoughts back there. So let's see. We'll find out today if it's any good. It's a rather dignified bottle, by the way, don't we think? But dignified, yet rather understated as well, because I must confess, I have seen this on the shelves a lot. When I saw it on the shelf after I followed Hugo's recommendation, I was like, oh yes, that one I know. But it's never really inspired me to buy it, because it's rather nondescript and it does blend in a little bit, although it's obviously sort of, it's something to do with Iceland by the looks of it, because you've got like a little sort of map in there of Iceland and the UK. So we'll find out more about that. A little bit of reading on this one, because it's quite interesting. For a sort of nondescript gin that I don't really know anything at all about. A very, very rich history it's got. Very rich indeed. They've got a very flash website as well. It's got this sort of scrolling thing that keeps going across like that. So what we got here, it says, the world's most awarded gin of the last 10 years. That's the first banner. Then it goes on to say, leading the gin renaissance since 1999. And then it says, romance and adventure in a glass. Well, that's several quite extraordinary claims there. So let's look a bit further, shall we? So, this Martin Miller, it's called Martin Miller's Gin. This chap was rather sort of an interesting guy, actually. He's kind of, what would you call him? Well, here we go. I've got a bit about him here. There's a little bit of reading here, but I think it's worth going into because it's quite interesting. So, the man himself, inventor of his namesake gin, Martin Miller was a connoisseur of the finer things in life. A maverick, an iconologist, and an entrepreneur. His first business venture was publishing an etiquette guide called Success with the Fairer Sex. Wow. Look out for that one. Let's not dwell on that for too long. The following years saw Martin dabble in photography, organise pop concerts, and then his love of knowledge and antiques led him to publish the famous Miller's Antique Prices Guide. Good Lord, a very, very sort of diverse and very talented fellow, I do believe. But what's interesting here is what a little bit I read earlier on. Here we go. So. Early in 1998, Martin and two friends set themselves... There's a lot more on there you can go and have a read, but I'm just sort of cutting through it because it is quite a lot. Early in 1998, Martin and two friends set themselves the challenge of producing the finest gin in the world. No expense spared or obstacle too large to overcome. Well, that's quite a challenge. A gin that was distilled to perfection and tasted great even when drunk neat. Now then, some of my regular subscribers will know... I'm not a fan of drinking the old neat gin. Some people do it, and that's fine. If you enjoy it, you go for it. You just sit in a shop doorway and drink a bottle of neat gin. Good on you. Good luck to you. I, however, find it very harsh and not very pleasant to drink it neat. I don't know anyone. There are, because I've done my research for this show, there are other gin channels on YouTube, and they drink it neat, and perhaps they could say they're purists, maybe they're connoisseurs, maybe they're more hardcore than me. Personally, I think this is a match made in heaven. The tonic releases those flavours so you can enjoy them way much more, and that gives them more clarity than just when you hit the gin alone. I think, anyway. If you disagree, please feel free to put a comment in the section below. So, just one little bit more. So, this Iceland reference, before we actually get this in the glass, I do want to get this stuff, because, as I say, have a look on the website. There's a load of information on there. So, the Iceland reference is because they get their water for the gin from Iceland, where, here we go, sparkling, bright, pure and unpolluted, we draw up water from our very own spring. This is water like no other. It's icy cold and alive. Well, okay, fair enough. It emerges into daylight for the first time in maybe 800 years Right. Rising from the depths of the basalt mountains that frame the skyline of our sleepy little village. So, spirit into spirit from Icelanders truly believe their water to be a living entity. Is that right? I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I've got any Icelandic viewers. Maybe you can clarify that for me. Martin Miller's is delicately blended with pure Icelandic spring water, creating a marriage of rare softness, clarity of taste, and appearance. It is simply bottled magic. Right. That's got me reared up and ready to go. I don't know about you, but I want to get some of this in the glass. Right, let's have a quick sniff. No cork, unfortunately, so we can't do the cork test. I don't know what the fork test is. That's another video completely. Here we go. Oh, okay. Do you know what? I don't know. I was expecting it to be just kind of bog standard gin smell, but it smells very, very rich, actually. In kind of like citrusy and maybe something like nutty in there as well. But I talked about this on the video, a couple of videos ago, how the citrus is always nice to be balanced with kind of I call it a woody sort of flavour. So you got like a nutty nuts or sort of like some sort of bark or like cinnamon or something like that. I call it the woody flavours. And this smells like it's kind of got a lovely balance of the two. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get the fellow in the glass, shall we? So... Oh, I don't know if you heard that glug, glug, glug. Hang on. I love this. Oh! Oh, it's almost better than the cork test, isn't it? Maybe we could do a new thing, the glug, glug test. I don't know. I'll think about it. Oh, I love that. It makes me very, very happy. Glug, 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 glug. Right. Okay, enough about the glug, glugs. Get a bit of tonic in there. It has gone a little bit flat, this tonic, because I did leave the top off and I haven't got any more. But I don't think it really matters. I bought some tonic once, actually, which was, it wasn't Fever Tree, it was another one. It was even more expensive, actually. And it claimed to be lightly carbonated. I'll just translate that for you. Flat. Lightly carbonated means flat. But they've just rebadged it and marketed it in a clever way. So look out for that one. I think that'll do. It might be a bit weak, actually. Let's do, I just want to hear another glug glug. Here we go. I love it. Right, let's give this fellow a blast, shall we? So, Martin Miller's gin. Cheers. Give it a swirl around first. There we go. Oh my God. I did not expect that. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. Oh, it's so nice. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Okay. Calm down, Bobby. Calm down. I'm going to have another go. Hang on here. That, my friends, that little fellow is absolutely bloody delicious. I've been looking at this on the shelf for so long, just thinking, it's not really inspiring me. But it just shows you can never judge the gin by its bottle. So, it's rich in flavours, but I tell you what, I talk about balancing flavours. This is a symphony of balance. When you hear, what's it called, a harmony, a choir singing harmony, it's very difficult to pick out each individual note, and they got it perfectly. It feels like a flat line, not flat, that's a bit disingenuous, but it feels like a perfectly formed unit, a unity of sound, and you can't pick out each individual voice. It sounds like one. These flavours are working as one. There's I'm sure there's orange peel and lemon peel in there, but there's definitely, does it say anything about the botanicals on this website? Because it's really hard to pick them out. Let's have a quick look. That's about cocktails, home of the gin, 10 years relevance. I don't think it does. Maybe I should look a bit further. But you've got this sort of richness of the citrus flavours, just sort of imperfectly right. Oh my God, I can't even get my words out. Let me have another go. Oh, it's like imagine a really good solid gin, like something like Tanqueray or Beefeater, the ones that are sort of no nonsense, no messing around, nice gin. Imagine one of those, but they've turned up the dials on some of the flavours. They'd say the dials were on sort of 5 on those. They've just cranked them up to about 7 or 8, or maybe even 9. And it makes a sort of the flavours kind of dance around on the tongue a little bit. It's just absolutely, it's so nice. I cannot tell you. But it's kind of mischievous because I feel like I'm not portraying the flavours too much because they are literally so balanced. So wow, this bottle kind of really sort of belies how beautiful and complex this gin really is, because you can tell, and I could tell by reading that website, there's a hell of a lot of passion in this company, despite the rather understated bottle. And it's not really reflected. I wish sometimes, I always go on about packaging of gin. It's very, very important. It's kind of irrelevant, but kind of not. You need to display that passion. There's so many gins out there at the moment. You need to promote that through your bottle. You need to sort of like, the bottle needs to speak to people because there's so many on the shelf. That kind of blends in. I'm so glad. Hugo, thank you so much for recommending this, because that's absolutely beautiful. I reckon, and the beauty of it, another beauty of it is 22 quid. £22, which is a pretty low price when you consider what some gins are going for at the moment. So that's 27, I've written it down here, $27.94. I'm sure that must be available in America. If not, it needs to be, because that's gorgeous. Now, I just thought I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment, because it did mention there about drinking it neat. So, as much as I don't like it, as I said earlier, I think we ought to, in the interest of science, give it a little go, shall we? So let me get another glass, hang on. Right. I'm not sure about this. Let's get a little ice cube as well, shall we? I think if we are going to drink it neat, we should probably put an ice cube in there as well, because I keep the tonic nice and cold. That's why I don't usually use ice, because I don't want it to be diluted at all. But, come on, you bastard. Oh my god, I'm being outwitted by an ice cube tray. Yes! Take that ice cube tray! Get in the sink with you. Right then. Okay, here we go. Another glug, glug, glug. Oh, I love it, I love it. Right. I predict this is probably going to be a disaster, but let's give it a go anyway, shall we? There's not much in there, but I only want a tiny sip. So, here we go. Not something I do very often on No Nonsense Gin Reviews, but Martin Miller's gin, neat. Cheers. God. Nope, it's disgusting. Oh my god, it burns. It burns. Right. That's just as I thought. Don't be doing that. You're not going to... Oh my god. Oh, warms the old cockles, I can tell you. Don't be doing that. Stick to the tonic, because this is a truly gorgeous and wonderful gin. And every now and then, you know, my favourite, my spot with all of my favourite gins on there is rather crowded at the moment. But every now and then it's just got a little bit more crowded than it has been before. Because this, my friends, you need to get out there and try. It is bloody lovely. I've had a run of really good gins that I like recently in the last few videos. I need to invite, if anyone's got a really bad one they can recommend, I'd be very keen, because I need to get a bit of balance here. So, I think I've waffled on for far too long. Oh my god, that's really burning. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's more like it. That's the stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, enough waffle for 1 week. This has been No Nonsense Gin. I'm a little bit thrown by that neat gin there. This has been No Nonsense Gin Reviews. I am Bobby Freeman, and this has been Martin Miller's gin. I recommend you definitely get some in your life, and I will see you all next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.